Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. Tuesday night, November the 8th, and these are the charts of the day. Market still pressing higher. Lots of stocks moving, particularly a lot of low-price stocks. We're not going to focus on them, but I will point out quite a few of them today that are looking better. There's a lot of stocks that are setting up nice patterns and flags. I won't show you them now. I'm going to show you stocks that are thrusting, breaking out, and are looking like they have strong momentum. That's because there's so many stocks out there. I want to try to limit it to that for starters. Republic Airways was a big winner for us today. Look at this thrust here. Explosive move, taking it from 292 up to 445, closing just 11 cents off the high, near the upper end of the range. But I do want to point out, though, that the major declining tops line of the last year and a half or so, year long, is now being tested here. And if we do get a follow through, and a lot of times when they do close on heavy volume, the page traded 4.4 million today, biggest volume in more than a year or about a year. Usually we'll get some kind of follow through thrust that takes it up. I am looking for a move that may get it up towards 5.5 the next couple of days. Up next is Fuel Tech, which is an old favorite of ours. More importantly, when you see the declining tops line here taken out and lateral price resistance taken out, one fell swoop in with strong volume here. It's a strong indication we may have seen important turns today. Company's been announcing a lot of contracts lately. Today, some more. Looks like we're going to get a follow through towards 7.5, and then my target around 8.5, 3/4. We have a swing trade on that, by the way, as we do on PKT, which today popped big time, and I'm expecting it to get up towards 17, maybe even as high as 19 on a swing trade. But the top of the channel comes in around 16.5, 17. That's our swing trade. You can see how the channel up here, first of all, broke out here, pulled back to retest, and is moving up along its 21-day moving average and trend line. Today, gapped up across two trend lines and closed nicely up 237 or 20% on 1.4 million shares. That's very strong volume for that stock, and we should see some carry forward. Very nice and interesting pattern today, although the close wasn't terrific. Torch Energy opened at 394, went to 630. Pulled way back to 497, still up 20% or 82 cents on nearly 500,000 shares today. So, that's a pretty big volume for that stock. If we look at the stock since it's gone public, it basically has this long declining tops line, which thwarted the advance. Although we've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way move, and then backed off and then exploded through that. So, an indication that on the biggest volume in its history today of 456,000 shares, maybe something's up here that's going to carry this forward. I'm looking for eventually an intermediate target of 8, but a short-term target around 6.5. Radian RDN, this company in the property casualty group, as well several others have been doing very well of late. Look at the move that we've had in the last, just the last few months. At least since the beginning of this year, it's been in a down channel. In the last 2 years, it has been as well. But the short-term channel, the shorter-term down channel, was broken today as it blew up through this line here with a thrust on 13.3 million shares, big volume. I would expect that these highs up in this zone up here may be tested up around the 4 range short term, maybe as high as 4.25. But we may even get some carry forward beyond that, as it appears that a major turn is underway. See how the moving averages here have had a major crossover right here as we speak. So this could be interesting. If it does get a pullback, look for an entry opportunity. EMAN. Now, Imagine was not only a long-term declining topside here, but also a short-term falling wedge that was exploded through about, let's call it a month ago. It's then platformed in here, holding support right there, and right at the 20. That was popped through today with a gain of 12.5% or 51 cents on 250,000 shares. Doesn't sound like a lot of volume, but historically it's pretty good volume for that stock. Looking for a follow-through thrust to get it up to 550. Test this line, possibly as high as that area there, up around 6.5. Up next, MTG, another company in that property casualty insurance group, breaking through key resistance here. And as you can see, the moving averages have crossed over and now moving up. This broke through lateral price resistance and even through the top of this rising tops line. So perhaps we get some movement further. My next target is up around 4.5 and then about 6. HOLX, big move today, popping out of the base pattern. As you can see, moving averages crossing over here. The stock popped for 10% or $1.61 on 7 million shares today. Next move, 19.5, followed by a potential move up towards the 21.5 area. Some of the rare earths are coming alive. AVL, which one of my junior favorites in that group, broke the declining tops line here, got up to the 50, backed off to retest, and moved back up yesterday and today followed through, getting through this line as well. And now we're potentially on the way up towards the 480 level, my next target, as volume is increasing today, 3.3 million shares traded. So it looks like that could have made a major turn recently. HMSY, another follow-through day to yesterday's big pop that we pointed out, up another $1.78 or 6.2%. That's 2 more million shares traded. The head and shoulders bottom is complete, and this pattern looks like it could go higher into the low 30s before it does pull back and form some sort of consolidation. But at that point, I'd look for an entry on a pullback, provided it's a bullish one. GNRC, also another stock we've recently featured when it broke out here, has been trending higher, up another $1.04 or 4.3%, but new all-time highs in the stock, and certainly looks like it could get into the high 20s. Juniper, we have a swing trade on that one, put a new one out today. After this one was reached and pulled back, it started to move again. I believe we're going to hit it up towards 29.30 to test these lines up here. SUSS Susser broke a declining tops line in this major wedge pattern. See the long-term pattern looks terrific. I'm looking for a move up to 29.30 in immediate term, short term, perhaps 25. SIMO continues to act well, continues to press higher, up another 54 cents at 3% today. Volume picked up just a little. You can see it's kind of like a 3-day wedge here that may have been broken out. Targeting 24.5 on an intermediate basis, short term, 21.22. KOG, wanted to show you that this stock continues to press higher, is now testing the March highs, which also happens to be multi-year highs. And this is a terrific long-term pattern. Although I'd love to see it pull back and give us an entry point, we very well may come through here and reach up towards $9. Another energy stock, Rex, also thrusting higher of late. May very well get to the 2021 zone before it does pull back, but great momentum there. Sally Beauty Holdings reaching the top of its long-term channel as I've drawn it, but momentum is strong on this one, up another 49 cents or 2.5% today on 1.2 million shares. This one could get into the 22 to 24 zone short term. Another swing trade idea of ours, OPNT, which when it broke out here, we gave you a swing trade, backed off to retest, and now it's coming on steadily. Up another $1.09 today. Looks like we may get into the low 50s on this one. Fastenal, a stock he gave you a swing trade on back in September. It worked for a few days and then rolled over. It's come way back up to make new multi-year and all-time highs. This is one hell of a beautiful long-term chart. And is now trending towards maybe making moves on the top of the major channel, which at this point comes in, as you can see, up around the mid-50s. So that's a lot of room to run on this one, potentially, but we'll hold it to a target up in that area for now and on the intermediate term, with a short-term target up around 45. There's your daily chart. GLNG, still liking this one. Liked it all last year. It consolidated for several months. It broke out. Notice the flag it's forming or consolidation above this platform. That looks pretty good to me. And I move over 41.5 could get us into the mid-40s, my short-term target. GNK, a nice consolidation underway. I really like this head and shoulders pattern, the breakout, and now this beautiful wedge. Tells me we could reach 11 and then 14 on a short and intermediate basis. SHZ, another rare earth stock that's thrusting, has broken out today, thrusted through the declining tops line and maybe trending up towards the 3.5 range on a short-term basis. And lastly is Medivation. I wanted to point out that after the big thrust on Thursday and then last Friday, an inside day yesterday followed by another one today, you can see how the volume is dissipated, maybe setting up a little flag for a move up into the 53 range, my intermediate target, a short-term target 48. That's it for tonight. Have a good one. Be careful out there tomorrow.